Olá a todos, hoje o Reserva Especial está aqui no Admiral's Place, um bar super legal com várias bebidas diferenciadas. Ele fica em cima do Sal Gastronomia, que é do chefe Fogaça, do Masterchef. E temos uma presença internacional no programa de hoje, que é Mr. Daniyel Jones, Brand Ambassador de Angostura, embaixador global de Angostura, que está aqui com a gente para contar tudo sobre essa marca super tradicional. Daniyel, thank you very much to be with us, ok?
Thank you so much, Cesar, for having me. I appreciate it.
Bom, Daniyel, primeira pergunta. O que é Angostura?
All right, so Cesar, Angostura is an aromatic bitters. The formula was perfected by Dr. Johann Siegert in 1824. Now, it was originally made and designed for medicine for stomach ailments that the soldiers experienced during the war. But little did he know that we'd be making Manhattans and old fashions all over the world with it. All right, so it's a beautiful product that brings together the quality and balance and equilibrium of a cocktail.
Perfect. Onde é produzido Angostura?
And the beautiful thing about this is it's an island called Trinidad and Tobago. Just 1.3 million people, but one distillery on that island, and we are responsible for every bottle of Angostura bitters that is distributed globally to over 175 countries worldwide.
Você falou pra gente que Angostura é um bitter, mas o que é um bitter?
So a bitter is a bouquet of different spices that are steeped in a neutral spirit. Now, the neutral spirit that we use is molasses base. Now, the Angostura bitters contains 44.7% alcohol by volume. So the neutral spirit that we use is molasses base, which comes from the production of the rum that we also make. Now, what I love about it is that we use a process that's called cold percolation. So all of the dry ingredients, now it's a secret to this day, where it goes into what is called a secret room. There is a room with a label called the secret room. I've never been in that room. I'm still trying. My attempts have not been successful so far, but I'm still trying. However, one of the 5 people that knows the secret enters into that room and they weigh the dry ingredients, and it goes through a chute where it goes down into what is called cold percolation. Now, the beauty of the cold percolation, it extracts all of the essential oils without the added astringency and tannins from the barks and the spices and the roots that we use in this recipe. From there, it goes into stainless steel vats for 3 months and bottled and shipped all over the world.
Agora eu estou vendo aqui que você tem uma segunda garrafa. Qual a diferença da garrafa branca para essa garrafa aqui?
So we've been the leaders in the bitters market for almost 2 centuries. And we're very proud of that, you know. The very definition of a cocktail was defined by Dr. Jerry Thomas as any drink that contains spirit, water, sugar, and bitters. Now, in Trinidad, we have 2 seasons. We have a dry and a rainy season. And for each of those days, I can tell you, it's very hot. So our terroir is different. Therefore, the fruits and the vegetables produced in the island of Trinidad and Tobago it has a different consistency. So our orange are not bright and orange like this. It's green with little hints of dark brown in it. So we can't garnish drinks with it and make it look beautiful. So we use the oils inside of it, which is very intense, to create an a niche style bitters. Now, this bitters was created, the Angostura Orange Bitters, it was created in 2006. And when we launched this, it was really beautiful because, as I said, we've been a part of the foundation of the cocktail industry. A dry martini, the 1930s dry martini called for orange bitters. Now, we may not have had the orange bitters at that time, but it was our way of paying tribute also to that era and that style of cocktails. So it's very intense, and bartenders love it. The moment you smell it, the moment you use it, you fall in love with it.
Aroma.
I smell it every day. I love it.
Laranja, a casca da laranja, um espetáculo. Perfect.
Yeah, it's beautiful, you know. And just 1 dash, 2 dashes, it just brightens up. It's so beautiful.
Angostura não é só bitter. Angostura também produz rums. E a gente tem aqui atrás 2 rums. Angostura 5 anos e o 1919. Eu queria que você falasse um pouco sobre o Angostura 5 anos. O que esse rum tem de tão especial?
You know, I told you about the bitters being created in 1824. And Dr. Siegert passed away. And his 3 sons took the business from Venezuela, where it was created in a town called Angostura, and brought it to Trinidad. Now the town is called Ciudad Bolivar to this day. But they brought the business to Trinidad, and they partnered with the Fernandez family and created the House of Angostura. So the Fernandez family were one of the top producers of rums in the islands. And because they were using so much rum already in the bitters, it was a great partnership, you know. And we began our legacy of rums from that period. And that period was between around 1875. So we've been in the rum making business for over 150 years. And I'm proud to say that the House of Angostura, we have the largest range of award-winning rums. So one of the beauties of our rums, Cesar, is that each of the rums carries its own personality. Just like Brazilians, we're very cultural. Yeah. Our food, our music, our arts, it's an expression of who we are. And this is expressed in the rums. You know, as a bartender, for me, I love just having a drink with someone. I don't have to throw a sales pitch and say, this is the best rum out there. I simply just say, hey, come, let's have a drink.
Muito bom, muito bom.
The rum speaks for itself. So what we have here is the 5-year-old. And even from the packaging, you can see there's a butterfly here. Okay. Now, the bitters was created as a secret, and to this day, it's still a secret. And there's a story to everything that comes through the House of Angostura. So this butterfly here is very significant to us. It means nothing about it being soft, because I represent the product. Okay. I can tell you that as a kid, during the summertime, we'd be in the fields, and in the cane fields, we'd see an influx of butterflies coming in every summertime. And I never understood it. But when I got involved with the House of Angostura, I understood that the farmers knew when the sugarcane was at its ripest, whenever the butterflies sat on the sugarcane. For me, it was like a sign from the gods. These guys were not using Google, you know, they were not using any technology. They were just using their innate connection to the environment and to the agriculture procedures that they use. But the butterfly sitting on the sugarcane was very significant. So it's here, and even on the 1919, you see this bottle on the shelf, yeah. But underneath, there's a beautiful emblem.
Olha o detalhe aqui, vocês estão vendo a borboleta no fundo da garrafa. Yeah. Muito legal.
It means so much to us.
Bom, Daniyel, eu quero te fazer uma pergunta. Você é o Brand Ambassador de Angostura. Qual é a função de um Brand Ambassador numa indústria de bebidas?
I competed in the Angostura Global Cocktail Challenge in 2013, where I was the global champion. And I got a contract with them as the global brand ambassador. And I've been with the company since then. But I can tell you, as a bartender transitioning into a brand ambassador, there are certain elements of your craft that you really have to develop. You know, it's no longer just being the showman behind the bar, being able to make a great cocktail. You have to know the brand. You have to be able to express the beauty of the brand. And you also have to be able to interact with your guest on another level, because you're going to be dealing with different guests. Not just someone who wants a cocktail, someone who just wants a spirit, someone who wants to understand the depth of the particular spirit.
Muito legal. Agora eu estou vendo que a gente tem mais produto aqui, mais rum da Angostura. É rum branco tradicional?
So, we have the largest range of award-winning rums, and what we have here is just a small part of the portfolio. And you know, as the popularity of our rums become more popular, you would see more of the portfolio coming out. But what you have here is what's available on the market in São Paulo. And I'm here because we are launching for the first time in Brazil, Angostura White Oak. You know, it's beautiful, Cesar. Our rums are molasses based. Now the molasses that we use has to be nothing but 60% sugar. So we get molasses from different parts of the world, from Fiji, Dominica, Guyana, but we ensure that the sugar content is nothing less than 60%. Now, of course, we have the influence of the French, the Spanish, but we have more influence of British. So our rums are Navy style. We use a column distillation process, and this rum, even though it's Blanco, even though it's a neutral spirit, it's aged for 3 years. And we use, and we use second-hand bourbon barrels for our aging process. But, so it does have a color when it comes out of the barrel, but we use charcoal filtration to strip away some of that color. Now we're very, very careful with that, because the filtration method is very important, because for a neutral spirit, we don't want to strip away the character. So we lightly strip away the color, but maintain the beauty of the character. And this is why, when you taste Angostura white oak, and you try any other white rum out there, you can see the difference. You don't have to wonder if it's a vodka. You know it's a rum.
Muito bom, muito bom. Dá para ver aqui, ó. Muito legal isso. Então a gente tem aqui um rum envelhecido que passa por um processo de filtragem e fica branco. Que tipo de coquetéis a gente pode fazer com este rum especial?
Oh, this is so versatile, Cesar. You know, as I said, it was aged up to 3 years. Okay. And what I love about it, it has so many tropical notes in it. You get citrus, you get lemongrass, you get a hint of bananas in there. And I mean, you're getting all of these flavors from a neutral spirit, because we take our time to ensure that the character is there. So for cocktails, it's excellent. I love it for mojitos. You know, if you want a variation of a caipirinha, you can use the white oak, it's beautiful. But as I said, I love to use my Angostura bitters also as a great marriage for these cocktails. So the mojito is excellent with the aromatic bitters and the white oak. The variation of the caipirinha, a beautiful daiquiri is also excellent.
Bom, vamos fazer então a receita do mojito. Daniyel, você vai fazer um mojito clássico, tradicional ou uma reinterpretação?
No, this is an interpretation of the mojito. Now, you could use their classic highball or Collins glass. I'm just using a beautiful glass to represent this. So this is what you call the Angostura White Oak Mojito.
Perfect. Muito bom. Angostura White Oak Mojito. Então,
yes. All right. So
vamos lá.
We're using the same principles of the mojito. We're going to add some fresh mint inside of this. Okay. All right. So you just want about a handful of mint. I would say about 8 to 12 leaves, depending on the size of the leaves. All right. So to this, Cesar, we're going to add classic simple syrup. All right. Let's say a 2-to-1 ratio. All right. So this is a rich simple syrup. All right, which is beautiful. Nice.
Ele que vai dar
you see how thick it is? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, right?
Muito bom.
Oh, that's great. And to this, we want to add some fresh lime juice. So we have some fresh lime juice. And so we put this inside here. And we want equal parts of this.
Okay.
So we have here 1 ounce of this. Nice, yeah. And what we're going to do here is give it a slight bruise. So we just want to press the mint a bit.
Okay.
We don't want to bruise it too much. We just want to release the oils inside of this. And this is a classic approach to mint. You want to be delicate with it, but you want to get the nice, beautiful, fresh oils coming out.
Olha aí, a dica, uma técnica muito legal para você não esmagar demais a hortelã e ficar com aquele gosto
Now,
amargo.
what I have here,
Dica muito boa essa.
I have some crushed ice that I made using a Lewis bag. All right, so you take it up and you bang, bang, bang.
Olha aí, mais
Get some
uma
nice
dica
crushed
aí
ice.
para você fazer aquele gelo frappé. Às vezes você não tem uma máquina em casa, um saco já resolve toda a situação. E é bom que alivia o estresse também.
Nice. And to this we're going to use a technique, a different technique, which is a swizzling technique.
Okay.
All right. All right. Now, it's almost ready, but to start the show, we're going to add now, which is a full 2 ounces of white oak.
Muito bom.
Beautiful. And to this, we're going to give it a technique called swizzling. All right? Yeah. So we're going to swizzle until the glass is frosted and you get enough dilution and the chill factor is in.
Muito legal isso. Dá para ver aí que o copo está começando a resfriar. Uma técnica bem interessante.
Nice. So you want to swizzle just for about 30 seconds.
Ok.
And to this, we're going to add a lot more ice, some more frapped ice or fine ice. Nice. Beautiful. And then we're going to add some aromatic bitters.
Muito bom. Finalizamos com o anfitrião. Aí. E olha que cor.
Beautiful. I like to add 12 dashes to mine.
Ok. Então não só duas. Você pode colocar uma boa quantidade. Muito bom.
You just give it a slight stir just to add to the aesthetics of it.
Olha que legal
Nice,
aqui.
yeah.
Como está ficando bacana aqui. Decoração.
And to this, I'm just going to top it up with a little bit more. Nice. Beautiful. And then we have the mint here.
Para
And
finalizar.
we just want to
muito
spank it a
bom.
little bit
Ok.
to the glass. Oh.
E muito bom.
And here you have a beautiful variation of a white oak mojito
Perfeito.
for you, my
Vamos
friend.
provar então, né? Parte principal aqui. Vamos ver como é que ficou. O aroma maravilhoso, tá?
Nice.
Espetáculo. Muito bom. Fica melhor com canudinho
Yeah,
aqui,
yeah,
né?
definitely.
Vamos
So you get
colocar.
everything. Yeah, you get everything.
Pronto. E aí,
Nice, yeah.
vamos experimentar agora como manda o figurino.
Ah. And if you see, the glass is nice and
fantástico.
chilled. You see there's a frost on the glass from the swizzling technique.
Exatamente, dá pra
Yeah.
ver, ó.
So
Você
this here,
sente
the swizzling, yeah, it's nice and frosted, well chilled, you know, and you get the beautiful balance. You get the dilution of the mint, the syrup, the lime, and the beautiful rum inside there. So, you know what I love about it, the rum has the tropical notes, the citrus notes, and it allows the flavor profiles of the mint and the lime to stand out, and the bitters brings a balance to it.
Perfeito, muito bom. Daniel, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
It's a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you so
Gente,
much.
um prazer estar com o Daniel aqui. Vou agora finalizar esse programa com esse drink espetacular, mas não esquece de curtir se você gostou do vídeo, não se esquece de se inscrever no canal para receber informações e semana que vem a gente volta com outro programa. Até lá!